as I turn onto the gravel trail system in quest of salmon berries. It's almost May, which means that the salmon berries should start appearing here on Douglas Creek Trail. I have recorded a salmonberry episode. Hello, doggy. Hi.
Sorry, hi.
Every May for the past 3 or 4 years, I believe. Yep, I can see the purplish red flowers of the salmon berries. I came along here the other day with Norma, and she said that I should be looking out for those berries later on. Wherever there's a flower, there could be a berry. So the trouble is that once the berries start appearing, they get eaten. So I have to be careful. Once the easy to identify flowers drop, then I have about another week before the berries start to appear. But they're not quite as visible as the very distinctive dark red flowers. I came along here one May with my friend from Toronto, Alan of the groom variety. How many different ways can you spell Alan? At least 3 of my friends spell their names differently. Hello, little dog. It's a little man who's lost his little dog. Okay. It was just watching out for me. There was some fresh poop on the trail that he pointed to for me. Well, the Ice Smooth Run lady is taking a vacation today. What can I say? I'm pretty sure it's just the Bluetooth link from my wrist-mounted heart monitor that's interfering with the audio output from my phone. Chevrolet Toyota behind me. Yep, Pathfinder. Maybe it's not a Toyota, but it's definitely a Pathfinder. This is that traditional call out the cars section to high performance cyclists taking it easy. Honda, Audi, and 2 hikers. I'm just indicating my choice. Hi.
Hi.
Hello. It's good to move over to one side as you approach. Audi, Mazda, bye-bye cars as you approach shared trail users. That way they know which side you have committed to, rather than try and split them up by running down the middle. It's so annoying when I'm running with Graham. A lot of cyclists in particular assume that we can split up. They want us to move on either side so they can continue to ride right down the middle. But that's not allowed here. No bicycles on this part of Douglas Creek Trail. There's some people being shown around the natural beauty of the forest.
Put it in here?
No.
Look at the bumps.
Yeah, 2 bumps.
2 bumps. Yep, some kind of nature ramble going on there. And a little display tent here for electric vehicles. They must be having some kind of outdoor meeting later on. Yep, there is one electric car in the car park. As they run past the washrooms. Yep. And the overhanging roof. Up past the outdoor school, which is not in session today, being Sunday. Very soon I will be on Lower Whittaker, heading towards the Glendenning Trail. But until then I have a hike section which starts now. To get me across a noisy little road, but only momentarily noisy. I'll be back in the quiet of the forest pretty soon. As I expose myself to danger, briefly, thank you Porsche. That is a sound that you won't hear very much more in the next decade. The sound of a performance, what's it called? Internal combustion engine. Cars will all be electric very soon. There will be some incredible buyback scheme to encourage us all to crap our junkers in favour of clean transportation. In a way, not having the ice smooth run lady yakking away at us is giving me a little more of a challenge, because I don't have any data to update for you. Recent blowdown. This road runs next to the trail I'm on. Today is the day of the Times Colonist 10K. I have already been busy filming and editing and updating my homepage on Facebook. It's kind of neat because I noticed that from the web camera on the top of the Royal BC Museum, you could see the start line of the race. So I had to wait till 8 o'clock, and bingo, suddenly the sea of humanity lurched forward. I'm guessing 25,000 runners, 2 of which would be Al, one of my other spelling Allens, and Graham. Al is guiding Graham in my absence. About 6 years ago, I ran the race with Graham, and hello, hi, and I knew that I couldn't go any faster, and he was disappointed in a way. That is when I realized that he needed a younger and stronger guide, which he managed to find. So I'm just part of the team that guides. He was hoping for a sub 1 hour finish. I hope he gets it. He did get a 5-minute start on the rest of the field, which means that the leaders probably caught up with him and Al around the 2.5k mark, maybe around 3k. The leaders were running at about 3-minute pace, and Graham is running around 6-minute pace. So you can do the math in your head, because I certainly can't. I know if nobody was moving, he would be just over a kilometre in when the rest of the field started. But they would be catching up with him pretty quickly. As I walk my last little bit across Churchill Drive and back onto the trails, Whitaker. That's right. When I get to my 3rd most favourite tree, I will hang a right as if I was going to Graham's. But shortly after I hang that right, I will be hanging left and getting onto Glendenning, the bottom half. Hello. Excuse me. The bottom half of the glory zone. I will take this recorder right to the end of Feltham Trail, which is when I step back into suburbia after having run off Mount Doug and into Bow Park. About a 1 kilometre stretch in the middle where I should be able to make up a bit of time. It's kind of liberating, actually, not being bombarded with data. For me, anyway. I don't know how many of you guys are data hounds. There's just so much data you really need. And the rest of it is just icing on the cake. This would normally be around the 3 kilometre mark. Cars won't be totally silent even if they are all electric. There is a kind of a hum to the electric motor, a buzz almost. Plus, of course, the tire and wind noise. That is at least a third of a car's sound, is the tires and the wind noise. Another impromptu hike section. Not a traditional hike section. Mind you, I often do hike this one. But more of an impromptu break. Hello.
How you doing?
Good. Just taking a little walk break.
Yeah, nice, eh?
Yeah. I'm going to start running on the downhill. Which is now. Birds are kicking up a riot today. At least 3 species already, I've heard. I've never really been able to identify birds by their sound. I mean, other than the obvious owl and the woodpecker. The other ones are all twitterers in my book. So hats off to Mr. McCann for running a very fast half marathon today on his favourite trail by the railway line. I think it's called the Spartan Half. Jim is recovering from a discombobulating week that he's had. Hi.
Hello. Go ahead, buddy.
Just coming up on my number 3 tree. This is slightly uphill, but not too steep. I could run it all the way to Glendenning, but I'm planning to take a right turn very soon, so I can crest the middle of the downslope and then head the rest of the way back down Glendenning into Bow Park and then back to Lambrick and home. It'll take me right past Mount Douglas Market, but I don't have anything to buy, and I don't have anything to buy it with, having left all my ID and documentation at home. This is a glorious little goat trail that I have recorded on numerous times. As I climb beside a very narrow tree that blew down many years ago by the moss that's growing on it, which happens to be touching a very, very much bigger Douglas fir tree, which blew down about, I would say, 10 years ago. That one is not going to budge. It's too big even for the municipality to deal with. They would have to waste a lot of gas to cut that thing up. So they just leave it lying there until the earth takes it back, which will be in about 100 years. It'll disappear almost completely. As I crest this little goat trail and start my run again, I'm certainly sweating up a storm, so I know that the ambient temperature is probably around 50 Fahrenheit today, maybe 55. I'm now on Glendenning, heading down and out of the park. Very seldom take this turn. Normally I'm heading over towards Graham's place, which would still involve another mile of mountain trails till I get to Blenkinsop Road. Excuse me. So this is the bottom section of the glory zone. I don't normally get to run this past this part of the glory zone because I would have turned off where I just turned then for home. So really and truly I only do half of the glory zone normally. So today I'm going to do the rest of the glory zone. From Harvest Lane out to Glendenning Road. I'm visualizing every step of the way now to the finish of the recording. It's about another 7 or 8 minutes to go, I would guess. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe 10 minutes. I don't like speculating too much. Hi. But this one will be a raw upload. I have already got my fix today of editing video and audio. I recorded for my 5 minutes, for your 5 minutes, for our 5 minutes, for the 5-minute show. We're up to 15 now, after a windy submission from Ellen, and I think she passed the phone over to Max, and he did his submission. We'll have to suggest that she adopts the phone in a sock technique, because I can tell the only thing keeping her back from excellent recording is the arm swing wind noise. I spent more than a year trying to eliminate. Hello. trying to eliminate the arm swing wind noise by not swinging my arm when I recorded, but that messed up my gait for over a year. I was running with one stiff, unmoving arm until I realized my mistake. Hi. And it is very simply solved by slipping the phone inside a nice woolly sock. That's all. That's all you need to do. Press start and slide the phone into the sock, and then you should be able to swing your arms normally without creating the sound that is so characteristic of the arm swing. two good recordings nonetheless from Ellen and Max, with some very delightful audio passages between them. I did my recording as well in the garden. That is quite a good way of doing it. Walk around the garden with your voice recorder or phone and just describe what you're seeing. I don't really care how far off topic you go, really. But I did notice that I was getting much better response when I suggested topics. Next season, I will not have topics. They will all be open criteria episodes. You talk about whatever you want, as long as there is some audio interest. You can talk about your running, your rowing, anything, your pets. I don't really mind, but I warn you, well, don't take it as a threat, but if the shows are short, I will put in maybe one shared submission, but I think 10 minutes of me and or a friend is enough from each week. The rest of the show is open for your 5 minutes or less. I mean, I can always make a mash. I made a mash today. I started editing some music into the episode. But it's still early days. I'm quite encouraged. This week I didn't even get to start the show off. I try and put in the submissions in chronological order as I receive them. I open up GarageBand and pop them in and adjust the levels as best I can to optimize on the varying levels of the various phones and devices that I need to draw my audio from. Ron put out a show today. I think he recorded it on the 28th. I have bandited a few of his videos for the audio content. He was talking about one that he did. I remember seeing the one that special app that GoPro uses to throw together short automated videos. I believe he was talking about talking about re-editing the original files, and I can probably re-edit to get 5 minutes, and with any luck he might mention gardens in conversation. Who knows? I'm getting close to the end of this run. I'm going to try and have a look when I intend to stop this to see if I have enough so I can tack on a little more should I need to. But I think you've probably heard about 1,000 words from me today in 36 minutes. Let's try and do the mental arithmetic. What's 1,000 divided by 36? Well, 33. That would be 30 words a minute. I think that's about right. Maybe less than 1,000 words. I'm not going to count them. But it is an interesting ratio. Number of words per minute of the show. Coming into Bow Park now, I've got Kevin's ramp, the one that I always mention that I hike when I'm recording. Normally I'm recording for Kevin. This time I'm just thinking of the man, having known that he has just survived a hip replacement operation that is pretty major in his life. He is really going to cherish every moment that he can spend up on his feet, practicing how to walk again. They'll probably start him off with crutches or a walker. I would recommend a walker, because that way his gait will be more natural. Walking with crutches definitely takes some unlearning to do when you graduate off the crutches. I was toying with the idea, but I decided to go from walking on crutches to walking without crutches to hiking without crutches, and then gradually weaning myself back into running trails. So very close to the end, about a minute from finishing. I have recorded about 5 kilometers with you, from the 1 and to the 6. As I take the right fork towards Feltham Road and Torquay Drive, which is the road that I live off. So, best wishes to Kevin on his rapid recovery. Best wishes to Ron on his projects. Jim and Anthony will be recording very soon, I'm sure. Mind you, they could be recording independently for the Your 5 Minutes show. I know that both Anthony and Jim have sent me submissions in the past, and thank you to them for that. I'm still thinking about season 3. I might let the website run itself if you guys summon up the courage to submit. It is an open web page, like Wikipedia. You can put in your own submissions, but I do have the right as moderator to edit, no, to delete anything that doesn't come across too well. Otherwise, it's pretty much season 3 is going to be a free-for-all. As I get back to the noise of the traffic, I say bye-bye to you without checking. I'm just going to press stop, and that will be the Sunday show, the Salmonberry episode.